Hello and welcome back to another video. This problem we're looking to find the equation of both lines that are tangent to the curve y equals x cubed minus 3x squared plus 3x minus 3 and are parallel to the line 3x minus y is equal to 15. So we know that they're parallel to this line. First we want to find what the slope is, since we know that they'll have the same slope because they're parallel. So we want to get y equals mx plus b in that slope-intercept form. Subtract by 3x on both sides. We get negative y is equal to negative 3x plus 15. Divide both sides by negative 1 to get y on its own. We get y is equal to negative 3x divided by 1 is 3x plus 15 divided by negative 1 is minus 15. And now we know that the slope of both of these lines is going to end up being 3. So what does it mean that the slope of a tangent line to a curve is 3? That means the value of the derivative of that curve is going to be equal to 3. So first we have to find the derivative. Luckily that's not going to be too difficult because these are all power functions. Firstly, we have this term. Think of that as 1x cubed, so you're going to put the coefficient, which is 1, out front. It's a power function, so you take the exponent and you bring it down. And then your new exponent is the old one minus 1. Next, our coefficient is negative 3, so you multiply that by the exponent, with our new exponent being the old one minus 1. This is also a power function, just with x to the first power. So we have plus 3 as our coefficient times 1, because we're multiplying it by the exponent, with our new exponent being the old one minus 1. The derivative of a constant is just 0, so we just have a plus 0 on the end here. So, simplifying this, we have 3 times x to the 3 minus 1 is x squared, minus 6. X to the 2 minus 1 is x to the first power is just x, plus 3. X to the 1 minus 1 is x to the 0, which is 1. So this is basically 3 times 1, which is just 3. So this is our final equation. We're asked, when is this equal to 3? So if we just plug in this value of 3, we can see for what value of x is this going to be equal. So just plugging this in right here. Now this is a quadratic that we can solve for. If we subtract by 3 on both sides, then we get this 0 is equal to everything else. So we get 3x squared minus 6x, and then the constants actually cancel out. Now this is something we can solve by factoring. 0 is equal to, and we can pull out a x from both of them. So pulling out an x from this term, we get 3x. Pulling out an x from this term, we get minus 6. And for this to be equal to 0, either x has to be equal to 0, or 3x minus 6 has to be equal to 0. X equal to 0 is already solved, but solving this one, we get 3x is equal to 6, divide both sides by 3, therefore we get x is equal to 2. So what does this tell us? We know that the slope of these tangent lines is 3, and we know that they go through the points on this curve where x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2. So to keep going with this problem, we have to find the y values, so we have the whole point for whatever x values we have. So just plugging in 0 and 2 into our original curve, not plugging into the derivative, we get y of 0 is equal to 0 cubed minus 3 times 0 squared plus 3 times 0 minus 3. Again, directly getting that from this, just plugging in 0. This is equal to 0 minus 0 plus 0. Ignore all that. Minus 3 at the end is just your final answer. So we know here we have slope is equal to 3, like we said originally, and the point x is 0, y is negative 3. So normally if you're given a point and the slope, you have to go and do some more calculations to find what the y-intercept is, but in this case we've actually been given the y-intercept as our point. So this is going to be y equals mx plus b, y is equal to m is 3, and our b, our y-intercept, is negative 3. So this is going to be one of the equations. Now we can find the other one. Doing a similar thing here, except plugging in 2, since that's the other value we found other than 0. We get 2 cubed minus 3 times 2 squared plus 3 times 2 minus 3. Solving this, 2 cubed is 8, 2 squared is 4, times 3 is 12, so minus 12, plus 3 times 2 is 6 minus 3. This is negative 4, plus 3 is negative 1. So now we know that, again, the slope in this one is 3, and our point is going to be 2 for x and negative 1 for y. Now we're running out of room a little bit, but we can still solve it. So this is that extra step we were talking about earlier. We know that m is 3, but we don't know what b is yet. So we can plug in 2 for x and -1 for y, and we can solve for b. So -1 is going to be y is equal to 3 times 2 is x plus b. Now this is one variable, one equation, we can solve for it. -1 is equal to 3 times 2 is 6 plus b. Subtracting from 6 on both sides, this cancels. -1 minus 6 is -7, and that's equal to b. So, final step, we know the slope, we know the y-intercept, we know the equation of the line is 3x minus 7. So the equation of both lines that are tangent to this curve and are parallel to this line are y is equal to 3x minus 3 and y is equal to 3x minus 7. As always, thank you for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.